Hey, welcome back to my logic garage, I guess. This is just going to be a short video on clarity in expressing categorical statements. Okay? So let's talk about these. Remember the A and E statements begin with the words all and no. Okay? And I said these pointed to universal statements. All is universal, no is universal. Points to all members of a class. And that is all members. Not like most, 99%, 99.99%. It is all, okay? All. No is also, in a sense, all. It's universal. It's talking about every single member of a set. So in terms of clarity, this is all. If there's one counterexample, if there's one exception, then don't say all. Don't say no. Okay? Now, with I and O statements, we have some, and then we also have some are not. Okay? So this means, when we're saying some, we mean at least one. Okay? It doesn't mean at least one, but not all. In everyday language, when somebody says some, right, they might say, some politicians are corrupt. They might say that. Some politicians are corrupt. Usually what they mean is, well, some are not. It's almost when somebody says some, like an I statement, they are implying an O statement that's tagged along with it. But in logic, that is not the case. When you express an I statement, you're not committed to an O statement. When you express an O statement, like some are not, some politicians are not corrupt, you're not committed to saying some politicians are corrupt. Some means at least one, and that is it. Total clarity. It's very important in logic to be precise, to be clear. Okay. I want to talk about one kind of common instance of unclarity when it comes to expressing categorical statements. And that is when people use this form. All circles are not squares. Okay? This form, you could say this statement form, is unclear because it's ambiguous. I'll have to give an example in a second. Now, ambiguous means there are at least two different meanings that the statement could have, and you really don't know which one it has unless you have context. So I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to give you some examples here. All right. Okay. Have you heard of the IFC Independent Film Channel? IFC, Independent Film Channel. I don't know if it's still around, but IFC, before every movie, IFC would say this. It would say this. All IFC movies are not edited for content. That's what it says. It'll give the title of the movie. It's in the intro of the title of the movie, and at the bottom, kind of caption at the bottom there, it'll say all IFC movies are not edited for content. Now, what does that mean? See if you could express it in terms of the A, E, I, or O forms. Well, which one would it be? It probably means, I think they want you, right, to think, no IFC movies are edited for content. Right? Isn't that what they're trying to say? They're trying to say that. We're awesome, we're IFC, we don't edit our movies. Okay, so yeah, that's awesome. All right. Now let me give you another example. There's a Ferrari advertisement, and there was it's basically black. It was basically black background, a picture of a Ferrari Daytona or something like that, and it said this. So this is a Ferrari ad. All cars are not toys. All cars are not toys. Okay, what is Ferrari trying to say? Okay, is it trying to say no cars are toys? No, it's not saying that. It's not saying no cars are toys. It's trying to differentiate Ferrari from other cars. So what it means is actually this. Some cars are not toys. Maybe the car you're driving is a toy, because it's not a Ferrari. But that Ferrari, see that picture of that Ferrari? That Ferrari there, that is one of those cars that is not a toy. Some cars are not toys. Now look at this. These two statements here. All IFC movies are not edited for content. So, sorry. What is the form of this? All circles are not squares. Ferrari one. All circles are not squares. So, they have the exact same logical form, but they have different meaning. See this? One is a no statement, this universal negative statement. The other one is an O statement. It's a particular negative statement. So this is an E statement. This is an O statement. Okay? So what that tells us is that without context, this particular form is ambiguous. You cannot tell what it means unless you know the context. In this case, right, this is a preface to a movie. Here, this is an advertisement. Do you understand? So, you have the four standard forms. Do not write this one. This is not a standard form. If you're tempted to write in this way, or if you read this in English in this way, right, or whatever your native language is, whatever language you're reading, it's in this form, you should translate it into either an E or an O, depending on the context. And if you can't tell, then don't even try. Okay? You're not going to be able to know. You have to know the context to be able to figure that out. Okay? So that's just a short little video on clarity and ambiguity. Really watch out for that in categorical logic and, of course, in logic in general. All right? See you later.